Hello, 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 my beloved souls. Blessed be, blessed day. My name is Autumn, the Enlightened Daughter. For those of you who don't know me, and for those of you who do, welcome back, High Vibe Tribe. I love you so much. So, we are in the first week of December, which is pretty exciting. We're ending this year. It's been a year, right? 2023 was a universal 7 year. That's a lot about the God within and spirituality and connecting with your higher self. And so when we're on that pathway, right, of being guided to go within, being guided to remember our sovereignty, being guided to be the light in every darkness and every situation that we're in, taking the high road, healing relationships, like all that stuff has kind of been this universal theme this year, right? Like really connecting you with your own divine energy and activating the fact that you are the creator of your life, right? Or activating the awareness of that. So it's been a lot of really big and heavy energies. And we had Mars move into Mercury retrogrades coming up. We had Mars move into Sagittarius, right, which is bringing kind of like a more like fun, lively energy, celebrations, camaraderie, like really just good vibes, coming in together with that energy. Having said that, Venus moved into Scorpio yesterday. I'm recording this on the 5th of December. And wow. Um, if you do not have a practice in which you tend to be grounded and centered and protect your energies, this would have been a very heavy energy for you to um to deal with, right? To traverse at this time. I want to say almost everyone that I came across yesterday was going through some type of turmoil, chaos, upheaval, upset, discord. I mean, it's like bad days just getting worse and worse days getting even more awful. Like I'm a big fan of Mondays. Love Mondays. I think Monday is a great day. I think every day is like Monday except for Friday because I mean except for Sunday because things close early. Like that's my thing. So I've never been the person like, oh my God, it's Monday, but I know people that have a case on the Mondays. And yesterday, those highlighted. And when we have these scenarios, we have this awareness that like we're giving our power away. Like, do you understand that like Monday is just a day of the week. It doesn't define whether you're going to have a good day or a bad day. You and your energy decide that, right? The reason that Monday gets such a bad rap is because most people are not living their truth and they're not living a life that which brings them joy and satisfaction. So when they end up having to wake up on a Monday after having the weekend off to go back to a job that they hate, that they're miserable in, that isn't paying them enough, that's filled with toxic energy, where it takes them long to get there. It's just very unsatisfying and unfulfilling, right? That will lead you to depression. That is why we have so many suicides, right, on a Monday, because people are just like done. They don't want to deal with it anymore. They'd rather leave the planet altogether and everyone behind that may have ever loved them than to deal with going into one more week of misery and discord. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about Monday, it's about the energy. And with this transit, with this Venus and Scorpio, a lot of really heavy, dense energy just got shifted. And I don't want that to seem like fearful because, again, if you are in an energy of, if you're grounded, if you're centered, if you remember to protect yourself all these times, if you, um, when you have more of an awareness of yourself, right? Things are more like water off a duck's back than actual like discord and upheaval and chaos in your life, right? And so Venus, which rules money and beauty and the home, all of those energies are now in the house of Scorpio or now with Scorpio, right? And Scorpio can be a very dark energy. It's the energy of like the dark moon, Lilith, the hidden, the taboo, the secrets, the mysteries, the forbidden, the um I said taboo already, right? So Now we have our beauty, our home, and our finances, right? Really in this very dark energy. And what that means is that anything that's not in alignment, right, with you being in the light, with you standing in your truth, right? Anything that's a secret, anything that's a mystery, anything that you kind of haven't been dealing with in those three areas, especially, is going to come up big time, right? So if you're a person that normally gives their power away, right, this will be a time where you feel very disempowered unless you decide to do something about it. If you are in a relationship that is somewhat unhealthy or toxic or should have been, you guys just we're just not compatible, right? I don't know why people try to force things. Like sometimes you date someone and you could be with them for years until you realize that, hey, this is not going to work, right? And that's not always an easy thing to let go of, but when we have transits like this, where that's going to be highlighted, like the things that are not in alignment with your truth, the things that have been left unhealed, the things that we haven't forgiven, the things that we haven't taken accountability for, all of that shit comes up to the surface for you to deal with, right? And you may have had these lessons before, right? This energy may have come up before, and you might be revisiting a storyline that you've kind of seen before. If you have been doing your inner work, right? Inner healing, inner self love, all of that stuff, then you're going to look at this scenario, at this situation in a very different lens than you would have before when you're in the energy of like fear and anxiety and anger and victimization and all of those things, right? So, if that is you, right, in this case where you're kind of like looping back around to the same point, see where you're at in this point, right? Is the situation, scenario, people, event, whatever, triggering you, right? Or are you kind of like at peace and still and see where you've grown since the last time you've had to deal with those energies, right? How much you've actually shifted and changed, how much your awareness has changed during that time. So, miscommunications can happen, right? We need to be mindful of that. Um, Budgeting and just being very smart with our finances, right? Learning to have an appreciation and value and gratitude for everything that we already have in our life. Um, Acknowledging the moments of grace, being aware of the lessons, like all of these things are coming up for you guys. For us all, I should say, because it's not like I'm excluded. I am a part of the collective. So I'm sorry, there's just like my hair is shedding and I see it everywhere I look and it keeps blowing and like touching me. It's aggravating. So we're gonna pull from two decks today. We're gonna do the Power Animal Oracle, and we're gonna do the Psychic Tarot. Oh, side note, sorry, little housekeeping. Um, you guys can book. You guys can book readings, coaching sessions, or spiritual calls on Fiverr or on Etsy. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I do have a discount going on for the month of December, obviously, because it's the holiday season. Happy holidays to you guys, whatever that might be for you, right? I don't know if you do like Kwanzaa, Christmas, Hanukkah, nothing, everything. I dated a Jewish guy for like 10 years. I loved it. He was half Jewish, but I loved it because every like holiday season, I'd be like, I want Christmas gifts and Hanukkah gifts, Spoil me. So funny. All right, anyway. We're going to start with the Power Animal Oracle because that was a very strong energy that wanted to come out for the collective. Let's just see what's going on this first week of December. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What does the collective need to know? What do we need to see? Funny, I was thinking about a whale. I don't know why I was thinking about a whale, but I was. Soul's path. Honor your soul's purpose. So, again, anywhere where we're not in our truth, anywhere where we're not in alignment on our path, all of that energy is going to be highlighted, right? Like you're going to be called to task. Like, is this your truth? Is this belief? Is this how you feel? Right? Can you own it in this moment? And when we are not in alignment with our soul path, when we're not in alignment with our truth, when we're veering off path, the path that we decided, right? It just let's be very clear about this, right? The things that are kind of destined or fated for us, that's not what I'm. the things that we put on our soul path, right? The things that we put on our soul contract, or the things that we decided that we wanted to do or deal with, or situations or people that we want to interact with prior to incarnation. So we're honoring our soul's path. We're honoring what we decided. We're honoring the script that we created. We're honoring, right, the map that we drew out for ourselves. I love the fact that the whale energy came up because whales, orcas, whales, are on this planet to help raise the vibration of the planet, right? They, like humans, are actually not created to die. We're actually not built to die. It's just kind of like reality. Okay, that's a whole nother conversation for another day because I can go off on a tangent about that. But anyway, they're here to help raise the vibration of the planet, right? They sing to one another. So I love all this deep blue energy. That's the energy of the throat chakra, right? So you guys are being called to speak your truth, right? You're being called to say what it is, whether that's verbally, writing it down, in a song, your music, through your art, however it is that you express your truth and express your feelings and emotions and communication, right? All this water, that's deep emotional energy, right? So these deep feelings you're gonna get, right? Whales, they go deep, right? They get in that water, they're traveling across the world and all our great oceans, right? You're being guided to go really deep and open up and speak your truth, right? Especially, well, I'm feeling my throat closing up. Okay. Especially when it has to do with your mission, right? And so I know for myself, right? Like when people meet me and they're always curious as to what I do, I'm like, I'm a life, sex, and spirituality coach, energy healer, psychic, minister, priest, like I can go through a fucking list, right? And when I speak about God, when I speak about spirituality, when I speak about the angels and the fairies and the dragons and the elementals and how I'm connecting with all these energies, right? Like, not everybody is down with these conversations, right? Not everybody is comfortable with this, especially people that have been raised in a very, like, rigid religious structure, right? They're not always very comfortable with these conversations, but I'm not going to change or shift, my beliefs to make somebody else feel comfortable, right? Sometimes our truth makes people uncomfortable. Sometimes our truth will cause people to be removed from our lives. But that doesn't change or negate your truth, right? It doesn't change or negate the fact that, like, this is how you feel and this is what you believe and this is how you're living your life, right? Like, some people are going to be in accordance with it and some people won't. But it's really deep for you to honor your emotions and to really speak your truth and to really follow your path. You guys are getting the guidance, right? You're getting this intuitive guidance to carry you on, right? So when we're in alignment with that, when we're moving and we're in the flow and we're on this path of least resistance and life is getting more delicious and fun and activated for us, right? But when we're moving against that, that's when we have chaos and calamity and trauma and drama and discord and all the other things, right? So how can you release the trauma, drama, and discord and honor your soul's path, right? How can you honor your voice? How can you speak your truth? Some of you may be experiencing um, colds, sore throats, laryngitis, ear infections, head colds, like all of this shit going on, you know, headaches, dizziness, vertigo, sore throats, croakiness, itchy throat, nose run, all of this shit, all of this from the neck above is going to be affected if we're not speaking our truth, right? Like, our body is going to express what our soul has been trying to express all along, whether you like it or not, right? I tell people all the time, especially when they're being guided to, like, rest and stuff and to follow a certain path. And I'm like, if you're being guided to sit down, you better sit down before God sits you down, right? Sometimes we're being guided to rest. Sometimes we're being guided to pause. Sometimes we're being guided to wait. And through our human fear and impatience, we want to push things through. We want to get things going. We think that we can't have the things we need or we're not going to be provided for, right? Because that's the illusion and delusion that we were taught on this planet, which isn't true, right? It's an infinite, abundant universe and God is our provider. And so when we trust in that and we allow that to be our truth, our life is remarkably different. You know what I mean? I gave up a while ago trusting on my own devices because I realized that no matter how I was trying to make things happen, I can't outthink God. You know what I mean? So it's just like, well, why, if this entity, energy, being, father, mother, spirit, whatever you choose to call it, is all seeing and all knowing and created the entire universe, then why can't I trust that energy to help guide me in this bullshit ass little human scenario? Right? There's almost 8 billion people on the planet. We're all growing through something that's not even including all the sentient beings on the planet, right? I think that God can help guide us in these things, right? I think that I don't have to overdo it. I think that if I'm being told to pause and to wait, that my getting up and trying to force it and push through it is not going to actually be productive. It's going to be counterproductive. And then I'll be delayed even further when I could have just paused, waited in that moment for the guidance to do the next best thing. Right. So there's that energy coming up too, big time. Hummingbird, joy. Oh, lighten up, my beloved. Smile, laugh, right? Feel good. This is Mars and Sagittarius energy, right? Really just fun and celebration. And that makes a lot of sense as we're coming into the holiday season, right? Like finding reasons to be joyful, finding the good in everything. Again, what is the lesson and where's the grace, right? Lighten up, stop taking things so seriously. For those of you that are experiencing physical ailments, right? Or maybe you've had an unfavorable diagnosis, right? Joy will help to transform and to heal you, right? And I know that that seems kind of like woo woo or out there or whatever, but when you have tangible results and you have scenarios from people all across the globe that are in this energy of joy, that have had terminal illnesses and that are still here on this planet and living very healthy lives because they decided to listen to God and to lighten up and to bring some joy into life and to trust in their soul's path and to trust in the guidance they were receiving. You'll start to be in alignment with that, right? I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety and stress and things going on, and I had to really like tap into this energy myself, right? I had to really remember all that I learned throughout the ages, because it's one thing to have a cognizant awareness of these conversations. It's another thing when you're in the middle of the storm to remember to hold on to these things, right? The Bible says like meditate on my words daily. Why? So that when you're in these storms, when you're in these chaoses, when you're in these fucking these scenarios of fear and anxiety where it seems like the world is working against you and you have like deadlines and guidelines and limitations and everything around you, lighten up is one of the last things you're thinking about doing. Joy? Psst, the fuck you talking about joy? I gotta figure things out, right? And so that's when we get into the sense where it's like, well, you're gonna have faith or fear. And now don't mistake me and think, hey, I just see my crow friend. Don't be mistaken and think that like having faith and being joyful is irresponsible, because it's not being irresponsible, right? It's not like you being like an ostrich and putting your head in the sand and acting like things aren't going to work themselves out. No, it's putting the energy out there of, you know what? I've done all that I know to do as a human. I'm going to trust the divine to be able to take it from here or to guide me in whatever I need to know. And I'm going to go chill out, right? You take the situation, you put it on the altar, you say your prayers, your meditations, you do your due diligence, and then you go enjoy life, knowing that it's completed, knowing that it's done, knowing that God is in control, knowing that you're going to get out of the situation just fine, or something better shall happen, right? And then you can trust in that. Right, God's grace is on me right now. There's shit going on right now that I don't even know how half the time how I'm like surviving. And then I had to take a step back and go, I know how I'm surviving. That's the grace of God in my life. That's it. There's no man, there's no woman, there's no nothing else. That is the grace of God in my life, helping me, holding me down right now. Right. And so remember that while we're growing through these things. Remember that, especially during this holiday season when it's trigger time. you know, Turtle retreat. Look, get the fuck out of here. I did not even see that. Stop trying to make something happen. For many of you, this is an energy of just the pause. You gotta chill. You gotta chill, you gotta trust. And in those moments of fear and in those moments of anxiety and those moments of worry, find something to do to bring you joy. I tell you guys, and I've told people, especially my clients all the time, I'm like, if you feel your thoughts racing, especially, especially at night, when you go to lay down and your head is just every anxious thought that could ever be comes flying to the front. You know what I mean? And so we don't want to go to sleep with that energy. We don't want to go to sleep with chaos and fear and anxiety. No, you want to go to sleep in a high vibrational energy with a little bit of joy in your life, a little bit of openness and optimism so that you can get the solutions and the resolutions you need downloaded to you and so that you can wake up in more joyful energy, right? So I'm big on like, I'll cut on YouTube quickly at night and like for like 5 or 10 minutes, throw on some funny shit, right? Whether it's a comedian or like like a show like Wildin' Out or In Living Color or Martin, anything I can to raise my vibration, to bring myself back into joy, right? Love or above are the vibrations we want to be at, right? And joy is actually a higher vibration than love, right? So we want to get there. We want to feel good. We want to laugh so that we can be in alignment with the solution. So we can be in alignment with our gifts and our good and blessings and grace. Okay. Bottom of the deck, bear boundaries. Stand your ground. So be courageous through all of this, right? And I know for many of us, it's not always the easiest thing to do when you have, like I said, it feels like the world is collapsing around you, right? The 3D reality is not matching, the the energy that you're trying to put forth in the inner work that you're trying to do, right? And it doesn't mean to give up. It just means that like you need to stand in your power. You need to stand in your truth, right? Stay centered. Don't be discouraged or thrown off by all that's going on around or outside of you, right? Allow the inside of you to be solid, to be secure. Stay centered and grounded in who you are, right? Know your truth. Own it, right? Self awareness is a very powerful tool for that reason because when you know yourself, can nobody tell you shit. When you know yourself and you know your own path and you know that you're doing what you need to do, it's like, what are you even saying? I can't hear you. I can't see you. What is this? Right? And a lot of the people that are judgmental, critical, condemning of you are going to fall away at the wayside because they're no longer in vibrational match to you. So you want to raise your vibration, right? Get into alignment with your truth, get into alignment with your soul, and then start progressing and moving forward from there, right? Even if it's just one step, it's still a fucking step, right? It's better than not making any moves. Okay, right? Sentimental. Okay. I always shuffle before I get on camera, but I like to shuffle live because I like to shuffle live. I like to always see the card. I'm not making this shit up. Like, oh, I'm coming up with these scenarios. No, 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 no. This isn't the story I'm giving you. This is what we're being guided towards right now. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? Evidently a lot. Get the fuck out of here. I just saw the throat chakra card. It's literally in my elbow right now. In my elbow. What I said. Big healing going on to the throat chakra. Big activations. Time to speak your truth. Keep it real. That's dope. I love that. Bottom of the deck, we have 9, spiritual strength. And that's what's being called upon you right now, or that's what you're developing during these trials and situations, right? Like, we don't grow through these scenarios just for the fuck of it, right? It's not like God is like punishing us or like, oh, we did something. That's not how it happens, right? We're growing through these scenarios so that we can learn to have spiritual strength, so that we can learn to trust our intuition, so that we can learn to trust in the divine, so that we can see the abundance of this universe, right? So that we can know ourselves as sovereign beings, right? So all of this is just making you stronger. So, I tell people all the time when I'm telling you guys to meditate or to go within or to get grounded, imagine yourself as a tree, right? Like the deeper your roots go, the higher the tree can grow, right? So this is why we want to have a really strong, guarded, um, grounded center, right? So that we can really expand and be all that we are meant to be, right? We're more than just like this little human body. Look how great our spirits are, how great our soul is. Our aura goes out like 6 feet alone. I like to double my aura every day because I like to give more people love, but that's just me. you know. Wow. What's really funny? These two cards fell out next to each other. So I have, oh, you can't see. Harmony and conflict and defeat. And that's literally the energy right now, right? Like that Mars and Sagittarius is bringing harmony and fun and deliciousness, right? But then we have that scorpionic energy playing in our head, right? Making us feel guilty and less than and questioning ourselves, right? Again, that's not for everybody. This is for the vast majority though, because unfortunately most people are not grounded and centered in their own energy and have a lot of self-awareness. So, which is fine. Everybody's on a different path, right? Once you know better, you can do better. That's why we do these readings. Tap into the energies, give you awareness, and then we move on to the next thing. So don't allow be mindful of this energy that's going to keep you low, that's going to have you judging yourself. Again, Scorpio's the energy of that darkness, the mysteries, the secrets, the taboo, right? Don't allow the past decisions, choices that you made that maybe weren't in your highest and greatest good, right? Don't allow that to weigh you down and make you feel some kind of way, right? I'm gonna keep saying this probably over the next few weeks, but I know that it can be very triggering when we're around family, right? Because they love to bring up if you're even looking like you might be doing okay, there's always gonna be somebody who has to remind you of some shit you did in the past where you were less than, where you made a fucking mistake, right? Like, as if people don't change, right? It's like, well, do you want me to start bringing up all the shit that you did when you were younger? Because I'm pretty sure that you don't want everybody in your business, right? But they love to do that, right? So don't allow those judgments, condemnations, criticisms to define who you are, because they don't define who you are, right? You are not your mistakes. Those are choices that you can make. And since this is the Five of Swords, right? This is that energy of the mind. I'm seeing a lot of that, right? Like you're holding your emotions in and your mind is running rampant right now, right? And so we need to get to this energy where we're speaking our truth, all right, so that we can create more harmony in our life, right? More harmonious relationships, harmony, and not just relationships with others, but also the relationship with yourself, right? Self-love is the best love. So we want to really create that harmony within us so that we can be the greatest version of ourselves. This is also the energy of the lovers, right? And so outside of the shadowiness of relationships kind of being in discord or disharmony, I do feel that for some of you that are single, um, there is a new love energy coming in, but it almost feels like it's not something that you would normally be into or normally recognize, or I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna kind of throw you for a loop a little bit, but not necessarily in a bad way, right? So like I don't know. I just feel different, especially with this taboo energy. With the Scorpio, I just feel like I feel this soulmate energy coming in, but it's like kind of like an unexpected union. So maybe it's like you normally date girls that are maybe you normally only date white girls, right? And you meet this like delicious Ethiopian, like freaking dark, freaking Nubian goddess, and you're like head over heels in love, right? Or you I don't know, don't like smokers, right? But then you meet someone who loves cigars, right? And then like you're just so into them. Like it's just something where it's like, damn, I normally don't do that, but wow. Like it's just something different about this energy. Very soulmate, very twin flame, very you complete me, very opposites attract. Like I'm just getting a lot of that strong energy. Hold on, let me pull up Romance Angels. I'm gonna see if there's anything else for that energy specifically. It's so strong. Angels and guides, for those that are single listening to this message, what do they need to know about this soulmate twin flame energy that's around? What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What do we need to know? What do we need to see? True love, this is the romance of a lifetime, and deception, someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Okay, makes a lot of sense. So again, this deception card, I don't feel like they're purposely lying to you. Again, it's a Scorpio energy, hiding shit, secrets, right? It's like you just don't know their true self yet. I feel like once you guys kind of like get to know each other, like the mask comes off and you get to see the true them. I just like I said, I just feel it's like very unexpected. It's not your normal thing. I don't know if that's one of you or just many of you. I just that energy is so strong. It's like you're gonna meet someone that's just it's just not the normal thing. Yeah, it's just something different. I don't know. Like maybe you meet them at like I don't know. There's just something different about this whoever this person is coming towards you. And it's so dope because it's definitely like this true love energy. Like it's a really deep connection. But there's like secrets there. And a lot of the secrets that this person is holding in is this guilt, right? This shit from the past. A lot of it is gonna have to do with family wounding. I can tell you that. Okay. Back to the rest of the reading. Um, wow, two, movement, choices, decisions. So this is the Two of Pentacles, right? So this is about like making a choice, making a decision, standing in your truth, choosing the doorway that's going to lead to your highest and greatest good. And I know that that's challenging, which is why we were guided with the turtle energy to just be still, right? Like stop trying to force it. You know the saying, like where one door closes, another one opens, right? I feel like many of you are in this hallway right now, and it's like, yes, the door is closed, but it's not for you to be walking down, kicking the doors open. No, it's like while you're in this hallway, going towards your next greatest thing, allow the doors to open around you, right? Allow the opportunities to come in. Allow, um, give yourself a chance to see what is being aligned for you, right? Like I just feel like you're at this place where it's like the universe is like, chill out, we got you, right? Just wait. Like you're gonna have some options. It's gonna be a matter of what is your greatest priority, right? Like what is it that you're most focused on right now? Is it money? Is it love? Is it healing? Is it um your home or your business or your family, right? Or your health? Like whatever it is, like what is it? All roads lead home, right? Either door, no matter which door you pick, all roads lead home. But it's a matter of, well, what feels good right now? How can I follow my bliss? Am I trusting in my heart, right? Is this me trying to force something or is this what I'm being guided to do? And I'm going to tell you guys very clearly the soul whispers and the ego screams. So the guidance that you get from your soul is going to be subtle. And most of the time, it ain't going to make no fucking sense, right? It's gonna be like, hey, you should go to Starbucks. And you're like, I don't even drink coffee, and Starbucks is across town. Why would I go to Starbucks? I don't even like that stuff. But when you get to this point, you go far enough on this journey, you're gonna realize, huh, let me be obedient, right? I've gotten to that point where I just don't question things anymore. My intuition tells me to do something. I'm like, you know what? Let me follow through with it because I don't know where that road is going to take me. I don't know if it's going to lead me to the next greatest thing, the next most delicious moment. I try to stay open to things because I know that my team of light sees the much bigger picture, right? They can see the big view, not just this little moment that I'm in. So I'm going to trust my higher self to always lead me to my greatest good because they see the big picture and they know exactly where I need to go, right? And sometimes I may choose the road that causes a detour or a delay, but that's on my choice, right? I have free will. I can do what I want, right? But my higher self is always going to be leading me to my truth, to my greatness, to my highest good, to my happily ever after, down my soul's path, right? So when we have these choices, again, we're always being led home, but sometimes we get to these choices where it's like you choose. You ever play like a video game and it's like you get to a level and they're like, okay, what should the character do now? Should they A, go after the princess and fight the dragon, right? Or it's like B, should they go after the prince and like, I don't know, fight the Other dragon, I don't fucking know. You know, but it's like you have a choice to make, right? And that's at these points. But understand that like there is no wrong path. As long as you're staying vibrations of love or above, Gucci. Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. The path gets so much easier because it's so much more delicious, so much more fun, right? But what are we focusing on? What is the greatest and most important thing in your life right now, right? What is your energy focused on? Because what we focus on expands. So there you go. Universe. Oh, we got the world card coming in. So big changes happening. And I feel that collectively. Wow. Covered in angel bumps, right? So this is the end of this is the world. This is the world card. This is the end of another cycle, like the end of another, again, that spiral. It's like we were just coming full circle, but not in a negative way. You didn't come full circle and end up right back where you were. Where our healing is not, linear. Our healing goes like this. And the further we ascend, the more, we see things from a higher perspective, but we get to revisit these lessons, right? We get to see how far we've grown, how much has changed during these times. Okay. And then, wow, the Six of Pentacles, victory and success, baby, right? So we're going to come out of this on top and you're going to be okay. It's just a matter of having an awareness during these transits, not taking things personally, making sure that you stay grounded in all of your energies, right? And that you're speaking your truth. Look at this blue ass energy, right? Blue, 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 right? All throat chakra, all speaking our truth. Big, big, big time healing going on, right? And so you're going to have some choices to make, faith or fear, faith or fear. And for some of you, the healing that you've been doing is why you're being led to this divine counterpart or soulmate or whatever it might be for you. And it's not going to be, for those of you that might already be with someone, I still feel the soulmate energy coming in. Obviously, it's just not going to be someone with like a sexual intimacy, but there is going to be a very deep, solid connection between you and this person. Um, it's a really strong, dope friendship or connection, which is amazing. I love that. I love when I meet people and I get to fall in love with them and then, we get to be friends for years. Like, I love that energy. So, shout out to all my friends because you're amazing and I love you so much. Um, yeah. All right. Let me see. Is there anything else the collective needs to know at this time to serve their highest and greatest good? Stay grounded. That was the biggest message that came through. Keep your hearts open. Keep yourself grounded. And you can do things to heal your throat chakra. Drinking herbal teas, maybe just like yelling. I know that's not always easy to, just go yell somewhere, but if you can get someplace private where you can just like go kind of like scream and just get it out. Sometimes screaming in the pillow works. Eating blue foods like blueberries, that's really gonna help you. Um, Journaling, wearing the color blue, especially like a royal blue will help. Working with Archangel Gabriel because he's in charge of that area. So calling out to him and just asking for some healing and guidance. Find a way to just get it out, though. Find a way to get it out. Like I said, if you don't have someone that you can talk to, I mean, we have the High Vibe Tribe here. You guys know you can always just like hit me up. If you don't have someone you can talk to, journal, right? But figure out a way to get these energies out of your body and out of your realm so that you can move forward to your happily ever after, to your greatness, to your healing, to your truth, to your joy, to your bliss. All right? I'm gonna leave it there because I'm starting to sweat. But I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. And I will see you later. Happy December, my babies.